Well, happy damn Sunday, child, because this is half damn crazy. Let me get my good morning. Happy Sunday. Hold on. Where am I at? Good morning, y'all. Happy Sunday. We are back on a Sunday. What is this, the first? No, it's the second Sunday. All right. So that shit is over. Good morning. Is this the right one? I ain't even the right one. Shit. Yes, it is. It is the right one. All right, my bad. I'm getting it together. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the hell it is. Shout out to y'all. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Happy Sunday, y'all. All right, so you see what the thumbnail says, right? So we got to get back to Jamal Bryant. We're not done with him yet, okay? Since it's Sunday, this made more sense to do it on a Sunday, okay? But before we even get to that, we got to catch up on this foolishness over here, right? So this is LA, downtown LA. Thousands flood downtown LA as ICE out for good. Protests turn volatile. So this is an ongoing feed. So this must be where they at and what they're doing right now. Does no one have to work? This started 9 hours ago. How come they ain't come out and say nothing and do all this when all that crime was going on? I guess because crime was down. How come they ain't come out here and do all this when all that was going on? Now all of a sudden you out here wilding, making a bunch of damn noise, looking like a bunch of damn buffoons, in my opinion, right? It's all bad. Oh my God. It's all Trump's fault. Everything is Trump's fault. Oh my God. Cold. Wait, how is this? This can't be California. Does it get cold in California like this? Wait. Does California get cold like this, y'all? These people no, this can't be California. Somebody is lying. Look at this. We got to figure shit out. Does California have snow, y'all? Bueller. Does California have snow? This says thousands flood downtown LA as ICE out for good protests turn volatile. Somebody is lying. This must be Minnesota, even though I feel like ain't enough clothes on for Minnesota. It does it in Northern California. Well, this is LA, so this is not Northern California, is it? Look at these people. This ain't no damn somebody is lying. Look, we're figuring it all out. It does at night. It gets this cold. It gets snow. Excuse me, in Los Angeles? Can you? Oh shit. Let me show y'all. My bad. I want you to see this title. Thousands flood downtown LA as ICE out for good protests turn volatile. Yeah, Kill. I agree. I think they lying. So we gotta pay attention, y'all. See, you see what the title is, and then this is the feed that they showing. Lies, I tell you, they be lying. I think it's Minnesota too. But this has got to be. Well, imagine all the other Imagine imagine all the other people who have to be disturbed because these people who are disturbed are acting like they are disturbed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess this is is this considered a peaceful protest when it sounds like you are disturbing the damn peace to me? What are you looking at? I'm not saying that this is a place where people live, but just imagine if they were around there, or if they were trying to do anything, and these idiots are outside making all this damn noise. At least it looked like it says it turned volatile. Let me see what I can find. Let me see what I got. Yeah. Let me see. So over here on KTLA, large crowds gather for anti-ICE protest march in downtown LA. So hopefully this is LA.
Thousands of people take to the streets for anti-ICE demonstrations in the aftermath of a federal agent's fatal shooting of a mother of 3 in Minneapolis.
Many chanted, "Say her name, Renee Good," and they also held up signs that read, "ICE murdered Renee Good." Peaceful protests were held in Minneapolis, New York City, also Philadelphia, after the release of the hotly debated video that shows the shooting death of Renee Good. Many protesters say that ICE is creating an environment where no one feels safe.
The protest at Pershing Square in downtown LA was one of the largest today. KTLA5's Chris Wolf joins us live from downtown, where he spoke with some demonstrators. Hi.
All right. This looks a lot better. No gloves, no hat. That looked like California. Okay.
Chris.
Lord help.
Yeah, we certainly did. Good evening, Court and Kareen. Overall, the protest here in downtown Los Angeles was very peaceful. There were no major problems throughout the day. However, later in the evening, there were some tense moments with lingering agitators. A face-off between demonstrators and police officers capped a day of peaceful protest in downtown Los Angeles Saturday. LAPD officers formed a skirmish line and held the line near the Metropolitan Detention Center. Only a small...
That's better than what they did in Minnesota when they had backed those police on up out of there.
Number of protesters lingered into the night, challenging police and disrupting traffic. People were vocal but not volatile earlier in the day.
Us veterans, we are tired of watching this country go to hell in a handbasket.
Their voices and messages loud and clear. Activists and concerned citizens hit the streets of downtown Los Angeles Saturday to protest what became a volatile encounter in Minneapolis Wednesday, in which an immigration and customs enforcement agent shot and killed a 37-year-old mother, Renee Nicole Good. Cell phone footage of the shooting from various angles has emerged in the last few days. Officials with ICE and the Trump administration say Good was defiant, interfering with a federal government operation.
How come they're not using this picture? Hold on.
And the Trump administration say Good was defiant.
How come they're not using this picture? Ain't it interesting how they do that? Why are they not using this picture? This is the more accurate picture. No, you want to use that. Oh, she's so sweet and serene. Oh my God, she's so cute. She's so sweet. And yes, allegedly, she does have a few kids that was taken away from her. Yeah, she's a great mom. She was wonderful. Shout out to her.
Interfering with a federal government operation and using her car as a weapon against the ICE agent, pushing the accelerator instead of getting out of her vehicle as instructed. The opposition insists the shooting was murder, unjustified, an unforgivable act of authoritarian rule against a U.S. citizen.
Right now, the domestic terrorist is ICE. With the murder of Renee Good, that was sickening. And they tried to play it off. Oh, she tried to run us over.
What happened in Minnesota was a tragedy, to say the least, and we are living in fear in this country right now. From George Floyd till now.
Who's living in fear, Bueller? Who is living in fear, Bueller? I found a video last night while I was scrolling, and I just now, of course, can't seem to find it. Let me look for it while I let this mess play. Ooh, typical. She looking typical, child. Shout out to BT. I see you, boo. Good morning to Ali. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. We are open. Anyone can join the chat. Mods, please watch out for the crazies. I appreciate you.
It is hard that we're still here, that we haven't made much progress in bringing this country forward and coming together, that it's so divided and so divisive.
The LAPD says officers did make several arrests after a dispersal order was issued and people refused to leave the area. At least one demonstrator was arrested for battery on a police officer. Reporting live in downtown Los Angeles, Chris Wolf.
Congratulations. Thanks, Chris Wolf. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Video shows ICE protests turn violent in Southern California amid nationwide uproar.
Planned across the country this weekend after a pair of shootings by federal agents enforcing the Trump administration's immigration crackdown.
And meantime, tensions escalating at a local protest in response to that deadly Minnesota ICE shooting. And that's where we find KTLA's Omar Lewis live in Woodland Hills, where a protest will begin next hour. Omar, good morning to you. How does it look out there?
Good morning, Megan and Lauren. I can tell you organizers are calling this an ICE out for good weekend of action across the country with, as you mentioned, 1,000 events planned for both today and tomorrow. Protesters will be joining in on that weekend of action right here in Woodland Hills, beginning at 10 o'clock this morning, just across from the Westfield Topanga Mall. But as you mentioned, overnight, protesters clashing with ICE officers unfolding in some tense moments. Take a look at that. During this Friday night protest near the downtown Santa Ana Federal Building. Takes moments. Take a look at that.
Child, what y'all say? Child, what y'all say? Okay. It's too early in the morning on a Sunday. Be nice. Shout out to RLV. I see you, boo. What do we see here? What do we see?
Moments. Take a look at that.
You're so mean. Fuck that bitch. Lord, forgive me, child. It's Sunday. Forgive me, Lord, okay? So, you biatches really do, white women, think that somebody gives a damn about you. Y'all really going out here against these men in uniforms with weapons. And then they're knocking your ass to the damn ground. And then you're going to say, oh my God, he hit me. Y'all so stupid. Sarah, look, this one, I don't even know what color her hair is. This one, he said, get the fuck out of here in it was an LMT, LTM, low testosterone male. Child, if it's even a male, actually.
Officers unfolding in some tense moments. Take a look at that.
I love it.
During this Friday night protest near the downtown Santa Ana Federal Building, which houses ICE field offices, DHS officers advanced and fired what appeared to be pepper balls. The footage shows a protester struck in the face by what appears to be a rubber bullet, leaving him bloodied before he falls and is dragged away. Officers also reportedly grabbed a protester holding a bullhorn and
watch him come back talking about, I was manhandled, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can hear it now. Come on.
DHS officers advanced and fired what appeared to be pepper balls. The footage shows a protester struck in the face by what appears to be a rubber bullet, leaving him bloodied before he falls and is dragged away. Officers also reportedly grabbed.
Imagine if he was home.
A protester holding a bullhorn, and a scuffle followed that. We have reached out to DHS for comment and are awaiting their response. Meanwhile, as perceptions about the shooting and who is to blame remain deeply.
Now look, young, you know damn well your ass need to go on home. Tell Shane Tao, come get your cousin. Young, carry your ass home. All right, you want to act crazy? Then act crazy, child, because you can get it too, clearly. Are you happy now?
Divided across the country. This latest video of the shooting is intensifying the debate over what happened.
Hold on. Another LT. Look, who the hell is listening to this man right here? You see this mouse? Do y'all see this mouse? Who is listening to this man right here? Who? You think he got some bass in his voice? Child. This is what y'all wanted to do. This is what they wanted to do for the weekend, child. I went and did this. I went over here. I did that. I had some good food. I met some good people, child. I was downtown LA getting my ass beat for some MFers who don't give a damn about me and don't know what I'm doing and ain't coming out here to do anything to help us. They ain't doing shit. We'll just do it all. We'll lose our face, our noses. We'll go to jail. We'll get beat the fuck up. We'll be tased. We'll be powdered, child, whatever the hell that is. We'll fall to the ground, get our face smashed in, lose our jobs possibly, go to jail, get our criminal record, all in the name of some motherfuckers. Lord forgive me. Who won't do the same for you.
Over what happened.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad, boy. Show your face. I'm not
That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former. You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car.
Get out of the car. Whoa!
That poor mother of 37. She didn't know anything. She didn't know what she was doing. Oh my God. The poor thing.
Get out of the car. Whoa!
In the clip there, Renee Good appears calm as she speaks to the officer when another ICE officer orders her out of the car. Good's wife is also seen recording from outside the video and in the vehicle here and speaking to officers before trying to open the SUV door as Good reverses and begins to drive away. Good then turns her steering wheel to the right and starts to drive. That's when those 3 shots rang out. Seconds later, her vehicle is seen down the street after crashing. This is the viewpoint from the ICE agent, which started recording moments before shots were fired. The agent who fired at Good has been identified as Jonathan Ross, a 10-year ICE veteran and a member of ICE's special operations team who walked away from this latest incident. As for the investigation, state and local officials say the FBI has taken over, and they say the FBI has blocked state investigators from access to evidence, prompting state prosecutors to pursue their own path to gathering video and witness accounts. Vice President J.D. Vance posted the video and urged people to watch it, arguing the agent's life was endangered and that he fired in self-defense.
JD, you're not helping. You know, I love JD, but JD, you're not helping at all. Don't say that. Don't do that. I mean, I know it's too late, but don't do that, child. It doesn't matter what everybody else thinks at the end of the day, okay? Everybody entitled to however they feel, what they think, and all that other good stuff. The problem are the crazies who can't handle a difference of opinion and how somebody else might see it. Now, you can feel bad that somebody who went someplace that they had no business being impeding the way of something they had no business impeding, you can feel sorry for them. I don't. I didn't say she should be red-rummed, but I also think that you made choice, and then your choices have consequences. Like I said, we hear lights around where I live at. You see the flashing lights, you get the fuck out the way. That's how that works. And I Gene, like, I know that there's another video. I don't have it. I don't know if Reaper is here because, child, he seems to find everything. If somebody got a video, you send it to my email, I can I'll play it, because there's like a video of her following them before all this happened and trying to impede them. But, you know, they'll liberals and progressives will poo-poo that away like it's nothing. And it's like, it's not a big deal. No, it doesn't matter. Okay, nothing matters. If you didn't see my video from this morning, make sure y'all do that. That's your homework, is to watch that video about how liberals just want to be taken care of by the government, but they hate the government. Don't want to follow government rules, but they want the government to take care of them. Where they do that at? How'd that work?
Meanwhile, tensions are flaring across Minneapolis for the 3rd straight night as ICE continues its immigration crackdown there. Overnight, officials declared the protests in Minneapolis unlawful and made several arrests. Protest organizers are demanding accountability, justice, and an end to certain ICE operations, as Renee Good's wife released a statement describing her as a Christian woman who was kind and compassionate. The White House is doubling down on claims that she was an agitator.
We had whistles. That's, oh my God. Shout out to their comeuppance of 1.5 million as of yesterday.
She was a agitator, probably a paid agitator, but in my opinion, she was an agitator, a very high-level agitator, so professional.
Hold on, child. Didn't you just say the same damn thing? Hold on. What?
He was an agitator.
She was a agitator, probably a paid agitator, but in my opinion, she was an agitator, a very high-level agitator, so professional. You have agitators, and we will always be protecting ICE, and we're always going to be protecting our Border Patrol and our law enforcement.
It was disgusting the way that ICE just murdered her. It was a murder.
Is this a Somali that came out to help y'all? Well, congratulations. Allegedly. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, hold on. A Christian. Oh, Lord, help your people. Are they out here trying to help y'all? Shout out to Minneapolis. Timmy, control your people, child.
I know I've seen some people trying to frame it, Donald Trump, a certain way, but we're going to call it what it is. It was a murder.
Legally, the question is going to be whether or not the officer actually and reasonably believed that he was in imminent harm of death or great bodily injury, or somebody else was.
And again, back out here live, more than 1,000 events are planned across the country today, including the protest that's expected to start here in Woodland Hills and one in Sierra Madre at 10 o'clock this morning. Of course, we'll bring you those details coming up in our next hour.
I think this one was from yesterday. So let me go over here to ABC News. Protesters gather across the U.S. as fallout grows from Minnesota ICE shooting. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button.
From New York to Durham, Philadelphia, and Los Angeles, demonstrators are demanding an end to ICE operations and rallying for justice after the killing of 37-year-old mom of three, Renee Nicole Good. Chopper video over Minneapolis showing thousands flooding city streets.
We've been telling them to get out. They're not leaving. They are not wanted here. They are not making our community safer.
Renee Good was shot and killed by an ICE agent last week.
Hold on. Oh, liberal white woman thinking she got some damn controlling demands. This is what we want. Carry your ass to Timmy. Carry your ass to Ilyan. And whoever the hell else is up in there. Child, don't nobody else want to see this shit and hear y'all's mouths? Go on to them. They're the ones that allegedly can get it done. But nah, y'all want to be out here causing chaos. You want to be seen. You want to be looking half damn crazy. Allegedly paid. Y'all told me. Allegedly paid. I didn't know that was a thing. I honestly did not. But I've seen other people talk about it. I just thought they was talking. Paid people to protest? Child, how much they pay? Do they come with benefits? That's what I want to know. I mean, I'm not going to do it, but I'm just checking for some other fools that might want to do that. Do they have health insurance, life insurance? Just let me know if y'all know.
They are not wanted here. They are not making our community safer.
Renee Good was shot and killed by an ICE agent last week. And now how that shooting is being investigated is at the center of the outrage. The FBI taking over the probe. President Trump seemingly acknowledging that the agency is not sharing evidence with Minnesota state officials who are now seeking their own investigation.
Well, normally I would, but they're crooked officials.
The lack of access is extending beyond state officials. Saturday, Representatives Ilhan Omar, Angie Craig, and Kelly Morrison say they were denied access to an ICE facility.
What happened today is a blatant attempt to obstruct members of Congress from doing their oversight duties.
DHS says the denial.
Child, was you doing your oversight duties with that damn daycare? We didn't forget. Was you doing your oversight duties with that damn daycare, the welfare, and all the rest of that mess? That's a problem, which is how this all really started at the end of the day. I'm just saying.
It was procedural, citing a new directive requiring members of Congress to give 7 days notice before visiting ICE facilities, a rule the agency says is meant to address security concerns amid what the agency describes as escalating protest and political violence. As questions mount over transparency, the cell phone video of the moments leading up to those fatal shots still drawing intense scrutiny.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
Reportedly taken by ICE agent Jonathan Ross, accused of shooting and killing Renee Good. He fires 3 shots, including one through the windshield. Good's vehicle then slams into a parked car. The Trump administration insisting that the agent acted in self-defense, but Minneapolis officials pushing back and demanding ICE leave the city.
If this was about safety, you wouldn't do stupid things like that. Somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody has gotten killed.
And this morning, some lawmakers are calling for ICE to suspend their operations, not just here, but across the country. Others even calling for the agency to be defunded altogether or impeach Secretary Kristi Noem. Janae?
Absolutely not. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Forgive me, Lord. Y'all can go somewhere. Absolutely not. Anyway, y'all talking crazy. So let me go over here to this dude. This is the video that I found while I was scrolling this morning. Some dude or a guy, a channel named the Defiant Lawyers Network. So it says, no outrage for the black man, 2 different ICE deaths, but different reactions for Keith Porter Jr. Did anyone know that ICE killed this black man, Keith Porter Jr., Bueller? How come no one is all upset about him? How come his name ain't up there? How come his name is not included? How come they don't carry on about him? I wonder why.
So go over there and get your copy immediately.
Oh, and for those that are new here, I do speed up the videos because I ain't got all day.
ICE agents have not killed just 1 American, but 2. Now, you've seen Renee Nicole Good. I've done a video, a legal analysis on her death. But most people in America, I doubt, have heard about the death of Keith Porter Jr. He was an African-American man.
Anybody heard about Keith Porter Jr.? Anybody Bueller?
A black man that was killed by ICE, an off-duty ICE agent. I didn't know anything about his story until someone asked me, had I done a story, had I created a video about Mr. Porter? And I said, no, I hadn't heard about his death. I mean, by that time, the death of Renee Good was running 24/7. And here I had heard nothing, absolutely nothing about Keith Porter Jr. So the reactions to their deaths have been very, very, very different. And that's what I want to get into in this video. I want to talk about how the national media has handled these two different deaths, two different people, both shot by ICE agents. All right. So here we go. Keith Porter Jr. and Renee Nicole Good. Two people killed within 7 days of each other by ICE agents. All right. So ICE agents shot and killed 2 Americans within 7 days, one a white female and the other a black male. The value appropriated to each of their lives couldn't be more different. National media elevated one death, that of Miss Good, and minimized the other. As we look at the incidents and we just consider how they've been handled, it also shows the great need for more black media, more black independent media, more black owned media. The griot, the root.
Yeah, well, I don't know about all that. In my opinion, first of all this is really political. These people don't give a damn about this woman. I don't care what y'all say. They don't give a damn about that woman. They just needed a moment, specifically Timmy, to take the heat off of him, Ilyan to take the heat off of her, and at this point, Jacob. That's what this is about at the end of the day. I'm telling you, those crazies on the street, they might think that they care about this woman. The rest of them really care about their politics. That is the point in all of this. It is not even about ICE. I'm not saying that they're great. I'm not saying that they're good at what they do, child. I don't know what they do. You know what I mean? I know what they do, but that's not anything that I have to worry about. Praise the Lord. But the point is that these people, not these people, them crazies out in Minnesota and all the people all over the place, right? They want to worry about their politics. So they're going to grab onto what they think is going to work for them. So then when people like me, I'm going to use myself, can see, y'all shut the fuck up. She was Lord forgive me. She was someplace she wasn't supposed to be. She was being a pain in the ass. She was breaking the law, and you fuck around, you find out. Because black people deal with that all damn time. Black people deal with that all damn time. Don't nobody give a damn. Oh yeah, unless it's your politics. Remember George Floyd? Oh yeah, your politics. And then you want to take advantage of something that's going to help elevate you, because Democrats are looking half damn crazy. Y'all don't have to believe it. They are losing people more than they're gaining. That does not mean that people are going to Republican, conservative, MAGA, but they're definitely leaving Democrats. They look crazy. I just did a video showing Jasmine Crockett over there crying. Oh my God, a woman just died. I'm sorry, a woman just got killed. Oh my God. Do you remember Charlie Kirk? How dare you bring his name up when you was talking mad sugar honey iced tea, when they was trying to ask for a moment of silence, and you was carrying on talking about what you not gonna do, as well as all these MFers out here on the street right now. And when that came up for y'all that wasn't here, and I said, you know what? I said, they can be over there carrying on if they want to. I said, but when the tides change, they're going to have a completely different story. Them liberals was on TikTok celebrating, making videos, happy, running around, all this shit. They was happier than them damn Venezuelans were once Maduro, what is his name? Maduro got caught. They was happier at that time than them free Venezuelans down in Venezuela. Now, all of a sudden, everybody gotta be kind. You're so heartless. You're insane. Oh yeah. Well, then what the fuck were y'all, Lord forgive me, back when you was doing that with regard to Charlie Kirk? So at the end of the day, in my opinion, it's all about politics. That's it. Because that's what these politicians want. And that's why I'm like, these people out on the street just want to cause chaos. They need to go to them damn doors, knock on those congressional doors or wherever the hell they work in them states and talk to them. This shit ain't going to do nothing but get them in trouble. Let them. Not this. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to get themselves in trouble. Then they're going to turn around and say it's Donald Trump's fault. No, it's your dumb ass fault because you're doing dumb shit. You can get on this TV and you can demand and command all you want to. Ain't shit you gonna do to change that shit. And if you want to get in front of these people in the middle of the street, if you want to get in front of these people at the McDonald's, somebody send me that video if you have it. If you want to get in front of these people, wherever the hell they are, and you think that's a good idea, liberal, white women and low testosterone men, gone. Strong and independent, okay? And those consequences that come upon you are yours to own, good, bad, and indifferent. Because if she was a loving mother, then I guess she should have been thinking about her kids than thinking about running down ICE agents, men with guns.
Roland Martin's Black Star Network, the bigger Black-owned media, it's not enough. We need more. And we need to support Black-owned independent media because they just don't tell our stories. The people who are making the decisions simply don't tell our stories because we should have known about this. How could this happen? Over 10 days ago, Mr. Keith Porter Jr.'s death, how could it happen? And we not know about it? Why didn't it absolutely flood the media? And I'd be searching, I'd be looking for those kinds of stories to tell. And yet I had heard nothing about it. Not anything, just crickets. Now, as I look at this, some people are going to say, stop making this a race issue. My response is anyone who says that foolishness is dishonest and is just a fool. Why? Because white America has, from America's inception, made everything in America about race. So I'm not making it about race.
It is.
Race is already in the fabric of the country.
And then you bring politics into it. It makes it worse. So I'm looking him up right now, and I don't see any news broadcast at all. But if everybody hates ICE so bad, and ICE is the problem, and ICE, baby, and ICE does this, and ICE is bad, then you should be investigating and talking about every single thing that ICE has done. Notice they not doing that. They not even talking about that shit in fucking, Lord forgive me, Portland or Seattle, where they, at first it was like, oh my God, they did it again, where they shot the man and the woman that was a husband and wife. Oh my God. Then they found out that they were really actual Treinta de Agra. All of a sudden, ain't nobody got nothing to say. Y'all been seeing any videos about that? Bueller? Anybody been seeing any of the media talk about that? Bueller? No, you don't. Not like this shit, because this is all fucking political and people be falling for this shit hook, line, and damn sinker. The only thing that I see on this man is from Instagram and Facebook. Not a news cycle, not a nothing. You MFers don't give a damn about nothing except for what you want, which is the problem with liberals to begin with. You don't care about nobody but yourself. You just as bad as these daggone, all these politicians. That's why they're all saying the things that they're saying. JD said, I forget what JD just said. He shouldn't have said that shit. He don't know. Trump shouldn't have said that she was deliberately trying to run him over. He don't know. At the same time, all these stupid liberals talking about it was red rum. Child, you don't know. No, she out of here, of course. But y'all trying to sit up here, try to act like that man did not get hit. Y'all trying to sit up here and act like you know what was going on. We do know what was going on. She was following them around. The videos have it. And then you want to sit up here and try to deny it because you want to have some empathy for this woman. Because why? And we supposed to care because she got kids? We supposed to care because she got a wife who now has $1.5 million? I'm saying, why do I care? She didn't care. She didn't care. Why the hell y'all think the rest of us are supposed to care? That's not how this works. You don't all of a sudden become an angel because you want up out of here. I know that's the narrative that people like to portray. I know that's the narrative that people like to go with. Oh, you're dead. You're a martyr. You were wonderful. You didn't do anything wrong. We love you to death. Nah, that's not how that works. You are who you are. You did what you did, and that don't change just because you died. Now, your family can think whatever they want, and they should. Her mama came out and said what she said. Shout out to her mom. I'm sorry that you lost your mom. I'm sorry, mom, that you lost your daughter for your sake. It doesn't change the fact that she shouldn't have been there. She shouldn't have been doing what she was doing. Just like these people that we see that are breaking into the hotel, destroying it, spray painting it, throwing furniture, looking for ICE people. So that's acceptable when they do it. But then y'all want to act like what she was doing made good God sense. And yet again, let me make sure I point out, the people that y'all fighting for ain't lifting a effing finger. So that just makes me wonder why y'all fighting so hard for this. It doesn't make any sense. TDS. That's what it is. Thank you to my fave. He said, laugh out loud. I love when Messi nonchalantly says, gone. Oh, gone. You're so silly. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you. Austin says, cooperate with ICE. Get out the way. Get out the way. When the police come, move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. And yeah, black people have to look at it differently. Whether y'all want to know it or acknowledge it or not, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. So I'm not saying that, I don't know. I didn't hear the rest of the story because I just wanted to point out that the people that are sitting up here talking about ICE is the problem, ICE is not their problem. Their problem is that they don't want no rules, first of all. Please refer to my video that I dropped this morning. And two, they think they got some control. Liberal, white women, and low testosterone male. And all of them look crazy thus far. All of them. This is from USA Today. How do I know you're a U.S. citizen? ICE agent confronted by protest after questioning a man in Minnesota. If somebody got that video with the McDonald's, if you know what I'm talking about, can you send it to me on Instagram, please?
How do I know you're a U.S. citizen? If you look two ways, I can take your Where were you? Where were you born? Africa? Are you a U.S. citizen or you got naturalized? U.S. You're naturalized? What year? Out of our city! I'm not gonna get out of your city, number one. Yes, get the out! Yes, you clearly. Oh, what does that say? Border Patrol. Yeah, you're a Nazi. You work for the orange fascists and chief. Yeah. Get the out of our city, you Nazi piece of. Number one, I'm not gonna get out of your city because I live here. Oh, you want to make? You want to make? Okay, good for you. Good for you. You want to make lampshades out of people's skin? You Nazi piece of. Lampshades out of people's skin. Yeah, get the out. Get out.
Well, congratulations to them. And if their jobs see that and they start losing jobs, please send me those TikToks, okay? Because I'm sure that's where they will be. This is going to be an interesting week, second week in, is this the second week? Yeah, second week in January. Second full week in January. Let's look at this. Liberal woman begins to shake and hyperventilate as she begs federal agents not to arrest her for impeding ICE. Oh my God. Please, I'm just a mom. Oh.
That Mustang's coming on you pretty fast. She just ran a red light.
Sure, I'm with you.
Yeah, this is a fast little car. She's right behind you now. All right, just slow down. Let me do this.
Yeah, come down here. Fly mode.
Okay. Turn on the lights. 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 Hey, wait. Turn on the lights. Ma'am, you're impeding with the federal investigation. We have your own camera. We actually have news reporters with us in the vehicle. Your case will be referred over to Homeland Security investigation for prosecution. You will be arrested. This is your last and final warning. Hold on a second, guys. Give me your license, please.
And you want to warn?
I will once again tell you.
You want to warn?
Danger. Put your vehicle in park and shut it off, please. I understand. But you are impeding. Look where you are at. You are almost causing an accident. You are surrounded by federal agents. Okay, I am the Deputy Field Office Director here, ma'am. Stand by. We're running the name. We're going to refer this case over for enforcement action.
Please.
Got it?
Please. I'm just a mom, please.
Kylie?
Yes, please. I'm just
You are just, you turn around and get out of here.
I'm getting out of here.
Here you go. Slow down. Hey,
Yes.
hey, guys. I got it. Got it. Everybody break away. Everybody break away.
I'm going home.
Kylie, look at me. Quiet. Look at me. Take a deep breath. Okay, I need you right now. Take a deep breath. I want you to pull over right here and go home. Okay? Take a deep breath.
I'm shaking.
You may leave. Please turn around. I'm going to stop traffic for you. Go.
Oh, I guess y'all just see all that and forget the fact that she's speeding, running red lights and chasing down ICE. But then y'all got empathy and sympathy for her? Fuck her. You want to play this dumbass game, liberal white women? This is what they're doing. And y'all try and sit up here and try to act like we're supposed to support this stupid shit. Yeah, I support it, y'all. Gone. Have at it. Enjoy yourself. And then, God forbid, if something happens, it'll be like, oh, she was such a good mom. Was she? You think she thinking about her kids in the situation? I don't know if she got kids in the back. I think I saw one of y'all say that she got kids in the back. Well, that would make her triple damn stupid. You telling me that you don't have more important things to do with your life, liberal white woman? Child, that's not new for me. I've been saying liberal white women are a problem for y'all, but they definitely a problem for black people because they're meddling in black people's business that they ain't got no business with. I'd be like, we ain't asked you. We didn't ask you. That's a whole different live stream, though. They crazy. They want to cause chaos. I don't understand why you can't see that's what their job is. That's what they want to do. And I do believe it's because they don't think that anyone would ever do anything to them. So they got this carte blanche privilege that nobody's ever going to do anything to them. And then when something happens, oh my God. And now, instead of acknowledging the fact that you were in the wrong, you want to say that it's Donald Trump's fault. That ninja, I don't even know where he at. Wherever the hell he is, Florida, D.C. This is amazing. Now, all of a sudden, it's his fault. No, it's her fault or their fault for doing this dumb shit. Grow up. Act like you got some damn sense. How about that? Thank you so much, Frederick Howard. I appreciate you, boo. Always supporting the channel. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Shout out to Night Jade. I appreciate you, boo. She said, where are the Somalis protesting? I don't know. Where are they? That's what I said. I said, they're out here fighting for people that's not out here fighting for them. I don't understand that. It don't make any sense to me. But to each his own. But let's go on over here. We're going to go back in time, which I meant to do on Thursday, but it got away from me. To see what Bill had to say. Shout out to Bill Clinton. We'll see what hold on. StreamYard is StreamYard. And hold on a second. As usual. Hold on. There you go.
In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes.
Senator Biden, yes or no, would you allow the cities to ignore the federal law?
No.
I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked.
Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous.
I mean, I must be AI, right? Let me go over here. Let's see what's over here. Let me see what Obama has to say.
Should have strong border security. It doesn't make sense for us to allow hundreds of thousands of people coming through our borders without us knowing who they are. oftentimes in very hazardous situations and unmonitored situations that could do us long-term damage. I think we should have a serious employer verification system where employers, when they hire somebody, find out what their work status is. Are they able to work here legally? Right now, what employers will say is, well, we check their social security card. That's the best we can do. So we've got to set up a tamper-proof system and then hold employers accountable. You pay a fine, you learn English, you stay out of trouble, you've got a job, you go to the back of the line so that those who came here legally, that backlog is cleared before you have opportunities for citizenship. That is a reasonable approach, and one that will ultimately address the biggest problem for American workers, and that is the depressive effect of undocumented workers who aren't right now subject to oftentimes minimum wage laws or worker safety laws or all the other things that make them cheaper for employers. If they're out of the shadows, then we can make sure those laws are enforced and those cost advantages for hiring undocumented workers go away. We should have strong border security.
I can't believe he would say something like that. Sheesh. Let's go over here. Who is it? Bill again. Shout out to Bill Clinton.
Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more, by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace as recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws.
Oh, no.
It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
All
Americans.
Everybody got up. Everybody got up. Everybody got up. Wow. So they do work together. Let me see. I got one more. I got two more. Let's see this one over here. So this is the background of what's going on now, and then what Obama was saying down here, it looks like.
Broken the law. You didn't come here the way you were supposed to. So this is not going to be a free ride. What's going to happen is you are going to learn English. You are going to go to the back of the line so that you don't get ahead of somebody who was in Mexico City applying legally. I think the American people, they appreciate and believe in immigration, but they can't have a situation where you just have 500,000 people pouring over the border without any kind of mechanism to control it.
What?
You've broken the law. You didn't come here the way you were supposed to.
What is he talking about?
So this is not going to be a free ride. What's going to happen is...
Depends. That was a long time ago, child, because now it looks like they're trying to have it be a free ride. Let's do one more. I think this is the last one. Yeah. All right. Numbers USA.
Administration, the Bush administration, has done nothing to control the problem that we have. We've had 5 million undocumented workers come over the borders since George Bush took office. It has become an extraordinary problem. And the reason the American people are concerned is because they are seeing their own economic position slip away. And oftentimes, employers are exploiting these undocumented workers. They're not paying the minimum wage. They're not observing worker safety laws. And so what we have to do is create a comprehensive solution to the problem. Now, I have already stated that as president, I will make sure that we finally have the kind of border security that we need. That's step number one. Step number two is to take on employers. Right now, an employer has more of a chance of getting hit by lightning than be prosecuted for hiring an undocumented worker. That has to change. They have to be held accountable. And when we do those things, I believe that we can take the undocumented workers, the illegal aliens who are here, make sure that they are subject to a stiff penalty, make sure that they're learning English, make sure that they go to the back of the line so they're not getting an advantage over people who came here legally. This administration, the Bush administration, has done.
I mean, he is tossing a straight of Bush, though. Now, I don't know about all that, but some will say it's AI. Others will remember that is what it is. The stories are very, very different now for some reason. I don't understand why. I don't understand, but it is what it is. So, like I said, we didn't see Joe Biden allow those illegal aliens to come over. We sat here and we watched it. Whether y'all were here or not, that's not my problem. And then said Cam was the border czar. I mean, they put czar on the back of her name in the news, but basically he sat right there at that table and said, you're going to be responsible for this. So I'm just saying, you can say what you want. It is what it is. So I guess only when Trump says it is an issue, but if a liberal Democrat says it, then it's all good in the hood. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know. But anyway, moving on from this mess, because that's it. That's all. You know, I think that people are getting away from the fact that this really started with daycare, right? And it looks like there's a lot of fraud in a lot of different places. And I had brought them all up, but I only have this one from Texas from yesterday, because even Texas, because it's a Republican state, launches an investigation into potential child care funding fraud following the Minnesota cases. Oh, no. Fraud here, fraud there, fraud everywhere.
No one wants to see fraud. No one wants to see a misuse of money. They want to see the money used for the intended purpose.
Just one day after Governor Greg Abbott directed state agencies to launch investigations into potential child care funding fraud in Texas, some state and federal leaders are sharing their support.
I think it's not only appropriate, I think it's smart to do that. Why would you want to be caught up in something that was rampant in another state? And unless you go and look, you're not sure.
The move comes following reports of widespread child care funding fraud in Minnesota. In his letter, Governor Abbott notes that the anti-fraud measures already in place have helped reduce Texas's improper payment rate to less than 0.5%, compared to roughly 11% in Minnesota.
Texas is the second largest state in the country. These programs, by and large, are run by local communities, and these local communities do find themselves with varying factors. And so the governor appropriately, I think properly, is asking for a review to make sure that Texas does not fit within those categories of fraud.
As part of the directive, state agencies are being instructed to identify high-risk child care providers and conduct additional site visits.
Wow, some shit they should have already been doing.
To ensure compliance with state and federal laws. The state will also review data collection practices to better prevent, detect, and eliminate fraud within the child care services program.
That's why the governor is doing what he's doing, to make sure that we are properly using not just federal dollars, but also state and local dollars.
All right, that's about to cut off. So that they're looking into it in a bunch of states, but I just thought that we would bring up Texas because people want to say that the Republican states aren't doing anything, and they're at least looking into it, because I'm sure every single state has the fraud. I'm not even, maybe not as much as Minnesota, but every state probably has the fraud. But it says over here on KSTP that records show that daycare featured in the viral video is now closed. What's that about? Why would they be closed? Shout out to Upward Man, a member for 14 months. I see you. I appreciate you, boo. He said, hey, Mrs. Messy, thank you for saying what many of us can't. YouTube libs, liberal white women are the worst parents' family members we see in the hospital, intrusive and entitled. Child, I don't even understand. I don't even understand why people, take them seriously. Honestly, we got some issues. I'm gonna have that as another live stream. I'm gonna have that as a different live stream. But thank you so much. I appreciate you, y'all. I appreciate you being here. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Hit the like button if you want to, since you're here any damn way. So let's hear what happened. Is it the Leering daycare is closed?
We are following up on a Minneapolis daycare at the center of questions about fraud in Minnesota's child care assistance program.
We have been tracking CCAP funding for more than a year. Investigative reporter Eric Rasmussen is here with new developments, raising, Eric, even more questions.
You might have heard this name. We're talking about the Quality Learning Center near downtown Minneapolis. First it was closed, then it was open.
Shout out to the Quality Learning Center. Learning Center, my bad. Learning Center. Now they closed? I thought they did all this business. How they gonna close that quick? I'm confused.
And now we've confirmed it's closed again. That's all after the owners recently rejected allegations of stealing taxpayer money. Back at the Quality Learning Center in Minneapolis, it was a case of deja vu. Hi, this is Eric Rasmussen with KSTP Channel 5. We're still waiting for a response to our calls and emails looking for an explanation about what 5 Investigates found Wednesday morning. A search of the state's online system reveals Quality Learning Center now closed as of January 6th. A 180-degree turn after our cameras recorded a parade of parents and children into the business last week. The owners used that to...
Now, what are these parents going to do now that there's no daycare? Is this the one that's open from 2 to 8 or 2 to 10? Yes, I bring my kid here from 2 to 10. Oh, do you now? Child, what type of hours you got going on? That sounds crazy.
Viewed a viral YouTube video claiming to expose empty daycares collecting millions of taxpayer dollars.
Someone came to our building outside of operating hours.
So why is the daycare suddenly closed again? The Department of Children, Youth, and Families would only tell 5 Investigates that Quality Learning Center requested closure of their license on Tuesday. No answer from the daycare's owner when property records led us to this house in Shoreview looking for answers. What do you make of the fact that right after that big scene last week that they're closed again?
Well, to me, that's, where there's smoke, there's fire. Perhaps they're trying to avoid something.
State Rep Nolan West says questions about Quality Learning Center prompted him to send a letter to the head of DCYF demanding more transparency and accountability when it comes to which licensed daycare providers in Minnesota are actually open. A question KSTP has been asking for a long time since reporter Jake Holes found empty daycares receiving taxpayer funding a year ago. What do you think may actually come out of your letter, our reporting, all this attention?
Well, the idea is we need this to be taken seriously because we need bipartisan cooperation to pass any law in Minnesota. And clearly, we are in need of more anti-fraud measures.
As we reported last week, DCYF says that Daycare Quality Learning Center received $1.9 million in taxpayer funding in just the last fiscal year. Now, the agency declined our request for another interview today, but I can tell you it said the operators of Quality Learning Center must now reapply for another license if they ever want to reopen again.
It's hard to keep track of that center, what's been going on this week. All over the place.
A lot happened.
Yeah, Eric, thank you.
Tonight, we are following up on a Minneapolis.
This was from 2 days ago. So this is not like it was a long time ago, this daggone week. So just FYI, now Leering is closed, child. What are we ever going to do now that the Leering daycare facility is closed? Anyway, keeping you up to date, child. But let's go to Minnesota real quick. Back to Minnesota, I should say, because they got a problem with their AG, Minnesota AG in hot water. And this is 4 days. So this is earlier this week. And Minnesota AG is in hot water after audio reveals meeting with now convicted fraudsters. Oh, Lord, hold on a second. Is the AG a problem too? What is going on? I don't know who the AG is, but I guess we're about to find out. Come on, child.
Today, the House Oversight Committee will hold a hearing on the widespread Minnesota fraud scandal.
So it comes as the focus shifts to the state attorney general.
Alexis McAdams joins us live from Minneapolis with the many details. Alexis.
That's right. A lot of details here because really, according to prosecutors, Brian, there's just so much fraud here in the state. Now they're looking at the state's attorney general, Keith Ellison. Why? Because the state's top cop here in Minnesota was caught in an audio recording behind closed doors meeting with a group of soon-to-be convicted Somali fraudsters. They were...
Oh, no. Oh, no. I know you're lying. So you mean that this is something else that all these protests can take the eyes off of? So while everybody out there wilding in the streets, you're not worrying about the AG and his issue. You ain't worrying about Timmy. You ain't worrying about the daycare. You ain't worried about the fraud here, the fraud there, the fraud everywhere. You ain't worried about Jacob. Wow, there's a lot going on here, but everybody's innocent, child. Everybody is innocent.
We're asking the attorney general for help to get more funding. Listen to this.
The only way we can protect what we have is by inserting ourselves into the political arena, putting our votes where it needs to be, but most importantly, putting our dollars in the right place and supporting candidates that will fight to protect our interests.
That's right.
You can only protect our interests when we have your back and you don't have to worry about who's behind you.
And also...
Wow. Oh my God.
Supporting candidates.
Is this like collusion or something, y'all?
The only way we can protect what we have is by inserting ourselves into the political arena, putting our votes where it needs to be, but most importantly, putting our dollars in the right place and supporting candidates that will fight to protect our interests.
That's right.
You can only protect our interests when we have your back and you don't have to worry about who's behind you.
And it sounds like the unidentified person is telling him, like they're telling you, AG Ellison, who I've never heard of before. They telling you what's going to happen and how it's going to work. You're the person that's in charge. What is going on?
And also this group was talking about, as you heard there, supporting his campaign. So Keith Ellison is pushing back on this. He said that he takes fraud seriously. He shared in an op-ed writing this: I took a meeting in good faith with people I didn't know, and some turned out to have done some bad.
Oh, I took a meeting with some people that I didn't know. I didn't know.
Supporting his campaign. So Keith Ellison is pushing back on this. He said that he takes fraud seriously. He shared in an op-ed writing this: I took a meeting in good faith with people I didn't know, and some turned out to have done some bad things. I did nothing for them, and I took nothing from them. But some of those now convicted Somali fraudsters did donate money to Ellison's campaign, according to Dr.
Oh, well, I'll be damned. Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, no. We about to get into that in a second. Oh, no.
Documents obtained by the Center for the American Experiment. Ellison reportedly later gave the money back because those people were convicted. Fox obtained the entire, pretty much almost an hour-long clip of this meeting. So there's so much in it. It's from the lawyer of this woman, Amy Box. She was convicted in this massive Feeding Our Future.
Oh, yeah. This is the one that got convicted along with that other man. Like the only 2, maybe 3 that got convicted, I believe.
I took a meeting in good faith with people I didn't know, and some turned out to have done some bad things. I did nothing for them, and I took nothing from them. But some of those now convicted Somali fraudsters did donate money to Ellison's campaign, according to documents obtained by the Center for the American Experiment. Ellison reportedly later gave the money back because those people were convicted. Fox obtained the entire, pretty much almost...
Oh, he gave the money back after they were convicted. But had they not been convicted, he wouldn't have gave the money back? Allegedly, I'm just asking questions.
Hour-long clip of this meeting, so there's so much in it. It's from the lawyer of this woman, Amy Box. She was convicted in this massive Feeding Our Future scam. That's how it all started. Box behind bars, and her legal team says, where's the accountability for Governor Walz and the Attorney General? They knew that this was going on, and he says nothing happened until the Fed stepped in. Do you think some of these politicians should be held accountable?
I would like to see someone in the state, I don't care whether it's the governor, I don't care whether it's the Attorney General, someone take responsibility.
President Trump says Tim Walz was caught, quote, red-handed for his role in the fraudulent Somali scams plaguing Minnesota for more than a decade. Governor Walz is not running for re-election. He says he's going to take accountability, but the White House says that's not going to shield you from the...
So him not rerunning for office is him taking account. That's him taking accountability. Is that what we're trying to say around here? Woo, Lord. Shout out to God of the Seas. I appreciate you. He sent me a Cash App and says, for you don't know. I don't know, but I'll be trying to figure it out. Thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you. Oh, Minnesota AG.
Investigation.
I'm not going anywhere. And you can make all your requests for me to resign over my dead body. Will that happen? I will fight this thing till the very end to make this state better. And the question I think they need to decide is when did the guy in the White House resign?
Okay, so that's his response.
Always pushing it back on Trump. Child, what that got to do with you? What does that have to do with the state that looks like it's full of fraud everywhere? Fraud here, fraud there, fraud everywhere. It's like a Dr. Seuss novel, child.
As this ongoing fraud scandal continues, the DOJ is going to send more prosecutors here to the state, which prosecutors on the ground have already said they needed because there's just so much fraud to investigate. Also, that audio clip that we just played for you, that's going to be mentioned in today's hearing. So it's something to keep an eye on with Ellison. Back to you.
All right, great job out there, Alexis. So when it comes to Attorney General, if you didn't know these people, why did you promise them that you were going to protect them? Why don't you take a meeting and tell those people that? And then the second thing is happening is, so the attorney's saying, my client is not going to be the only person to go down for this. So they want the politicians now. That's what happened when you capture someone that has committed an offense. Everybody wants a deal. So they start singing. So now you're going to have the criminals that got the money. They're going to start telling us what politicians help protect them.
So the U.S. Attorney in Minnesota said the scope of this fraud could exceed maybe $1 billion and could go as high as $9 billion. That's taxpayer money that criminals scammed the system.
Child, they found this picture on purpose.
And they used that money, according to people involved, they pleaded guilty to using the money for luxury cars, for real estate, for jewelry, for vacations, taxpayer dollars. And then you have the governor who says he's not going to run again, but the governor is complaining about ICE arrests, saying they're unreasonable and an unreasonable use of taxpayer dollars. So hypocritical. Listen to this. He says ridiculous. Nobody is fooled into thinking this buffoonery is a reasonable use of taxpayer dollars. It should not take 50 ICE agents to arrest a guy in a library.
You're insane. When you are a sanctuary city, you're telling your cops you can't help anyone. So you have to make sure that you put thousands of people on the streets because you get no help from local law enforcement. So they have about 2,000, more than any other city, 2,000 on the streets. They've already made over 1,000 arrests, and they found some wanted criminals along the way. So so after they came out with a statement calling basically ICE agents and their actions buffoonery, we put that question to ICE Director Todd Lyons.
Not only is obviously we're focused on the fraud, right? But the mayor's right. There is a lot of work for us to do, and it's the fraud of immigration enforcement. So we have so many people that are in Minnesota right now that have violated immigration law by falsely claiming asylum, lying on their refugee status. There are so many individuals, not only Minnesota, across the United States, but we're focused on Minnesota because there's such a draw, because these individuals can go to these sanctuary jurisdictions and just hide in plain sight and get the support they need from elected officials.
Oh, wow. That's a great point. I'll just go here. Timmy will take care of us. Jacob will take care of us. Allegedly. We don't have anything to work. Clearly, allegedly, Minnesota AG Ellison, allegedly. Oh, Lord, help your people. Dallas Ludlam, thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you. He said people are finally realizing that Democrats only do things that benefit them and their friends. Then they use race to weaponize voters against each other. A big con job. Always. But people just see what they want to see for some reason.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
I guess they forgot about that.
So we are going to focus on that. We are focusing on the people of Minnesota. We're going to make sure that the people who aren't supposed to be in Minnesota are no longer in Minnesota.
And they've already arrested over 90 individuals, many of them of Somali descent, the majority of them of Somali descent. The second thing I would say is the governor, ICE would not have to use 50 agents for one person if you guys and your people in your party weren't doxing them and there wasn't assassination threats and the assaults against them didn't raise over 1,000%.
Local law enforcement.
What's his name? Isn't his name Lawrence? Isn't that dude's name? He is hot.
They had the go-ahead by the governor to work with ICE.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm Steve Ducey.
Okay. Well, then there goes that. Well, good luck to them, but not really. We'll see what happens. Look, we have to make sure that we don't let these protests get us away from the original reason that anybody was out here over in Minnesota to begin with. So if if Timmy want to sit here and still, be and do whatever the hell it is that he's doing and try to act like, no one there is doing anything wrong. You ever hear where there's smoke, there's fire? Well, there's a lot of smoke. I think it's smoldering right now. Thank you. That's what I thought it was. But this is crazy. Let's go to CNN for a little bit, see what they're talking about. Then we're moving on to Jamal, child. Oh, hold on. StreamYard drives me nuts.
That in a moment. We're going to take a quick break. I want to thank Frank Piazza for joining us as well.
Out front next, breaking news. CNN just learning the FBI is investigating a shooting in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, they're running a loop. So F them. Let me see what else is going on, if anything. Give me a second. I can't find that McDonald's video. All right, ABC News says that council member says federal agents are making life very challenging in Minneapolis. Of course.
Wansley. She's the minority leader of the Minneapolis City Council and an independent Democratic Socialist. Robin, thank you so much for being with us. Do you think that the protests that we've seen in Minneapolis and around the country, what's your take on the protests and what we've been seeing?
Yeah. So I think the protests are simply just a response to the ultimate issue, which is many communities, since Trump has taken office, have been under what we would describe as an occupation by federal ICE agents. And now even in places like here in Minneapolis, we're seeing that expand to
Liberal.
Include different other federal law enforcement agencies like Border Patrol, who are all making life very challenging in the cities that they are occupying. Here in Minneapolis, not only are you now at risk of being shot and killed if you encounter a federal ICE agent, but they are making it very challenging for families to even get their children to schools. Minneapolis Public Schools had to shut down classes this week in response to ICE being here. Residents aren't able to get to their places of worship because they are at risk of being abducted and kidnapped by federal ICE agents. And also, people aren't able to get to work. We're seeing businesses close day by day across our city because.
So it's not because of this crowd here. So it's not because of all these people where they were taking the couches outside to block it all up. None of that had anything to do with none of that. All right, y'all.
People aren't able to patronize their businesses or open them up without having some very consequential interaction with federal ICE agents, and that's creating a lot of challenges for our city. Right now, we're approaching a looming eviction crisis for many of our residents who have not been able to make rent, and putting them in this dynamic of having to choose between keeping a roof over their heads or risk leaving their homes and getting snatched up by a mass agent with no due process. So in the next coming days, it's going to be incumbent upon elected officials like myself to really respond to the demands of these movements. Get ICE out of Minneapolis, make sure Jonathan Ross, the federal agent responsible, is arrested and prosecuted. And I'm thankful to our leaders for leading their independent investigation to see that through. And in response to making sure our residents can stay in their homes, I will be bringing a eviction moratorium to demand that Governor Walz issues.
Eviction moratorium. Eviction moratorium is what she's talking about now, yeah. Okay. So that is the same thing now, I guess, that they're going to use when I was doing that video, or when we were talking yesterday about how people want the same thing, specifically liberals want the government to take care of them, but they don't want the government. That's what she's talking about, so that you don't have to pay your rent. So that's what she wants to push through and get to Timmy, so that the people in Minnesota don't have to pay their rent or pay their mortgages either. And the reason is because ICE is in town.
This executive order to keep people safe, which is something he can do today.
Councilwoman Wansley, you just mentioned your calls for that ICE officer who shot and killed Renee Good to be arrested and charged. A moment ago, my colleague Martha Raddatz, she shared when she spoke with Senator Tina Smith, who is accusing the administration of a cover-up. What do you make of that? Do you agree?
So the administration is doing a cover-up, meaning the Trump administration, but Minnesota is not doing a cover-up. So the Trump administration is doing a cover-up, but all of what's going on in Minnesota, there's no cover-up. Everything is on the up and up, y'all. Just forget because this could all be taken care of. First of all, Timmy, Jacob, Ilyan, and all the rest of them need to come out here and say, y'all need to come the fuck down. All right, y'all got to stop this. All right. No need in ruining this city. Okay. Then they need to go ahead and say, we're going to do what we need to do in order to move forward. And we're going to provide all the documentation that they've been requesting for this childcare stuff. Anybody heard that, Bueller? Has anybody heard that, Bueller? We're going to give you all the documentation because we want everyone to know that we on the up and up and we ain't got nothing to hide. And you full of shit and you ain't ish. Instead of just talking all this bullshit, but never doing anything to stop it. If you have it, which you should, because you're a business and it's your state and it's your job to have that information, give it to them. Give them everything. Give them records, give them dates, give them names of or parents, give them all that. The dates that they were there, the attendance, all that. Why are they not doing that? Oh, let's focus on the protesters and them being out there because of what happened with someone who shouldn't have been bothering with them ICE agents. Let's go ahead and make this a big deal and have everybody talking about that, because then everyone will forget about the child care issues. How come they haven't provided any information yet? How come they haven't gone ahead and given all the state's job is to monitor? Every state is responsible for monitoring their child care facilities. They're responsible for investigating them. They're responsible, if anybody complains, they're responsible for monitoring them, but also going there directly and seeing that they're, in proper order for the kids that y'all allegedly care about. The kids that you care so much about. That's what their job is. And they should have records of all that. How many kids was there that day? What room were they in? How much money did they take in? Child, they could give the taxes up at this point, even though the government has access to that. But you don't hear Timmy talking about none of that. You don't hear Timmy talking about none of that. You can protest. Just be peaceful and protest. And when you protest, just protest. All right? All right. Now, Timmy, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you're not fooling me. This is bullshit. Then you got Ilyan coming out yesterday. She was in hiding. Remember, we've been looking for her. Here she comes. They will not let us in. This is not right. It's not fair. They will not let Jan, go on over there and tell Timmy to get that shit up, or whoever's in charge, maybe it's Ellison, to give that shit up. The sooner you do that, the sooner that everybody can shut up and leave y'all alone. I mean, that's not going to change ICE stuff, but they'll leave you alone about this daycare stuff, and that can go away. So you got that. Then you got the whole alleged political issue with that. Then you got now the ICE in the area. So there's that. There's a lot going on. So ain't nobody leaving no time soon. There's nobody leaving anytime soon. So God forbid, this is how much these liberals and Democrats care, right? Hear me out. They ain't saying ramp it down. They ain't saying K-ass home. They ain't saying that they're accommodating these people. They're accommodating them by saying, child, your kids ain't got to go to school. Child, this is how you protest. This is how we do it. Then you got Jacob coming out here talking about the Trump administration, this, ICE agents, this, Trump administration, this, ICE agents, that's going to get them all riled up because of TDS. And God forbid, if something else happens to somebody else, I'm going to just leave it as general as possible. They're going to say, look at what Trump did now. I promise you. In my opinion, they want something else to happen. They want something else to happen. So then they can say, see. So you got all these fools jumping in front of these ICE agents' faces, trying to tell them, because I guess they think they're invincible or something. I guess they think that somebody won't. So they think that ICE agents are supposed to take it and you're supposed to be okay. So you push and push and push. And then when they push back and it don't turn out the way that you thought they would, then it's going to be, it's all their fault with regard to what happened to you. But everything that you did that led up to that, everybody seemingly forgets all that. That's the problem with liberals. You're not fair. You're not fair. You're not living in reality. You're not paying attention. You just want to blame somebody. Go home. Go home. You can keep fighting for these people. Go ahead. Keep fighting for them. Do your thing. At the risk of what? At the risk of what, though? Is it worth it? If it's worth it to you, then congratulations. Have a go at it.
Yeah, we're seeing many similarities to what played out here in 2020 when George Floyd was murdered. And
thanks, Black people, for staying out of this. Yeah, let's go ahead and start ramping up the rhetoric. Let's say George Floyd, child. How many times can you hear that in a day now?
You know, coincidentally, where Renee was shot and killed was not that far from where George Floyd was killed 6 years ago. That also triggered nationwide protests.
It doesn't. We didn't know that until y'all told us. How the hell are we supposed to know all the way out here that it was right down the street from George Floyd? Child, we wouldn't think about George Floyd with regard to this. Y'all bringing that up because that gets people incensed. That gets people upset. Oh my God.
And it all revolved around the role of law enforcement and the way that they policed our communities in very consequential ways. And the similarities are clear. At that time, the city was positioning themselves to do a smear campaign against George Floyd to set up Derek Chauvin for clearance of any charges. And it took upon the public submitting documentation. Actually, a young woman by Darnella Frazier submitted the video that captured George Floyd's death that would ultimately land Derek Chauvin and his officers who were involved into prison. We're seeing the same thing here. The Trump administration is leading a smear campaign amongst Renee Good. They're claiming she's at fault. They already are withdrawing access to evidence and basically obstructing fair investigation from pursuing. And we recognize that on the ground. And as opposed to allowing the Trump administration to move forward with that cover up, because that cover up is tied with the plan to then normalize federal ICE agents being able to come and invade cities all across the country and then be able to shoot and kill with impunity, as opposed to allowing that to be the new norm legally, which is what they're trying to do with Renee Good's case. We're not doing that. We're leading our own investigation. Our elected officials are committed to making sure that the federal agent that was responsible for Renee Good's murder is held accountable, prosecuted, arrested, just as we did with George Floyd's murder of Derek Chauvin and the other involved officers. So we've seen this play out, and community members have seen this play out, and they're willing to organize for justice, be it for George Floyd and also for Renee Good. So no other resident, be it here in Minneapolis or in Portland or in New York or New Orleans, will have to experience something like this.
And Councilwoman, we've certainly seen people around the country or...
Is she a councilwoman? All right, this is your councilwoman. in Minnesota.
Organizing, but particularly there in Minnesota. As you mentioned, in 2020, it was the focus of everything surrounding George Floyd. Now here again after the shooting of Renee Good. Do you feel like the administration has had a particular focus on Minnesota, not only from the presidential campaign leading up to
Child, look at her leading the witness.
the attacks on Democratic lawmakers? There's been a lot of a focus there on Minnesota.
And the Trump administration has been very blatant about it. They named Minnesota when they were announcing their plans to basically unveil this war of cruelty against U.S. civilians under the guise of immigration and going after criminals and bad guys in our communities to keep them safer. They named any places that have enacted, quote unquote, and this is not legally defined, but sanctuary ordinances, they would be targeting those cities. And we've seen them carry that out. Chicago was among those that they said they would go after, Los Angeles, and Minneapolis too, because we have been very consistent in defending and protecting our residents and making sure that we're ensuring their welfare, be it if you are a U.S. citizen.
Again, she's a councilwoman, so she want to make sure that she get reelected, right? She got to pander to the Minnesotans, I think they're called.
And be it if you are a newly immigrated resident, be it if you are one of the youngest members of our societies, we care about your well-being. And when we see an injustice happen, we're going to do everything that we can to rectify it. And that includes seeing our federal government send out an illegitimate agency that should be abolished today, that is ICE, come into our communities and destabilize them.
So when there was when Clinton and Obama was doing it, were they using ICE or were they using someone else? I'm a little confused. Were they using ICE then, based off of them videos we just watched a second ago, or did they just use the police or something?
And make it impossible for people to live normal lives, have a quality of life, and then kidnap and separate families. I am so proud of the fact that our communities continue to hold strong in demanding and protecting civil liberty, protecting the fabric of democracy, because that is not what this Trump administration is not interested in. And that is why places like Minneapolis continues to be a focal point for this illegitimate, racist, violent administration. That is the Trump administration.
Minneapolis City Council Minority Leader Robin Wansley, thank you for being with us today.
Minority Leader, whatever her name is, that in Minnesota, that's who that is. It sounds like she wants to get reelected. She's not being fair either. So keep bringing up somebody else's name into this that has nothing to do with it. Nobody does anything wrong. This all Trump's fault. Same old, just a different daggone person. All the things that get people riled up.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Go where you're being a racist! Racist!
Frederick Howard, I appreciate you, boo. He said, you straights better not fall for this cover up. A new BLM. Honestly, it looks like that's what it's turning into. This is crazy. The light bulb heads ain't shining no light. Oh, Lord. Thank you so much, boo. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shout out to all y'all that are still hanging in here. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. All right. Yeah, whatever. I don't even need to say it again. Just watch that damn Jasmine Crockett video. Just watch that Jasmine Crockett video. Anyway, moving on, child. Moving on. Let me go on over here to this Jamal Bryant stuff because y'all thought it was over. It looks like he went to Tamron Hall. But you know what happened? So Jamal Bryant went out with his wife and she had on a skin tight see-through dress as far as everyone knew until he went to his church to let everyone know that it was, child, I don't remember what they call it. It wasn't skin through, it was fabric through, child. I don't know what it is, right? So it was a very revealing dress, and this is a pastor. This is his first lady, his wife, and they think that it's okay to be out here, you know, just doing any old thing like the rest of the world. This is how I guess religion works today. So it didn't die down. It didn't die down. We saw what Wooden had to say, and I found out that people are mad at Wooden. But before we get to him, let's hear what Jamal has to say from the Tamron Hall show. This is just one of many clips. It says, Pastors Jamal and Kerry Bryant speak out about a viral dress. Nice shirt, child. Nice shirt.
Don't look at his house. Don't look at his car.
Oh, hold on.
Look. If you want to know the value of a man, don't look at his house. Don't look at his car. Look at his wife. And anybody who looks at my wife will think I'm a billionaire. because of the richness of her personality, the wealth of her character, and the spans of her beauty. I look at my children to know that all of them are thriving and doing well, are acutely in tune with their intellect and in their beauty. I am absolutely rich.
Nice.
Welcome back. All hour long, we are talking with members of the TAM fam who dedicated their lives to using their voices to inspire and motivate others. We're here still with Pastors Jamal and Carrie Bryant. And that was a clip from Jamal's super popular and very, very coveted podcast.
It is now.
It is now. People love the words. They
Thank
love
you.
the honesty.
Thank you.
When I asked you to come on the show, the dress moment had not happened yet.
Yes.
I got off the plane from Florida and I felt like, I actually said to myself, what in the world, what is God using my show for to talk about this dress moment?
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, you attended a beautiful event that I've attended before, the Mayor's Mask Ball.
Yes.
It's a fundraiser gala for HBCUs, and you wore a black lace flesh tone dress. This is
There you go. Now look, y'all keep saying that she got a BBL. I don't know if she got a BBL. Is that true? Is it true that she got a BBL, or people just saying that? Okay. She looked good. I ain't gonna lie, she did look good. But the thing is that you know damn well that this is even, what did they call it? Flesh color, whatever. It's still meant to show like she's naked. I don't care what nobody says. And shout out to Freezy. He said this woman is 60 years old, pushing 60 years old. So damn it, she do look good. But I feel like there's a time and damn place. That's all I'm saying. But anyway.
This is the dress. The internet has not a week later stopped talking about this dress. So let me start. I want to unpack it from the beginning. Who picked out the dress?
Oh, she picked
You
it out.
picked out the dress.
Yes.
Because your words have since gone viral about the dress as well. So you picked out the dress.
Yeah.
What was it about the dress? Because it's a statement. And you know you are a pastor and a first lady.
Sure.
When you saw that dress, you said yes to the dress.
Yes.
What was it about the dress?
I loved the design of the dress. I loved the creativity of the dress. For me personally, I thought that the dress was fully covered. It's interesting.
It is fully covered.
Yeah, I felt
well,
like
the underlay,
yes,
it's a sheer.
Yeah, I felt like it was fully covered. I showed it to my husband.
Were you in the dress when he saw it first, or was it hanging? The dress on the hanger is one thing. You put the dress on, it's another thing. It brings on a new light.
Sure.
She walks out of the room in the dress.
Yes.
Before the event, was the first time you saw her in the dress?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Why do we need to leave?
Shout out to him for admiring his wife. I'm not upset with that. Then you should have stayed there, because if it's looking like lingerie, then maybe you should have left it there. Allegedly.
I thought she was drop dead gorgeous, but it doesn't matter what my wife has on. It's always going to be top tier. She is just amazing in everything that she puts on, and I thought it was complimentary and alluring, and I thought it was magisterial in every way. I didn't think it was controversial. I thought it was great.
Did you have even a sliver of doubt before you walked out to go to the event about the dress and that it might create a stir?
No, I actually thought that the dress was too dark, because I typically don't like to wear black. And so my only thinking was, oh, maybe it's too dark. When we were having me be fit for it, the seamstress will tell you the thing that I was most concerned about was making sure that I was covered at the top. And so the only thing really that you could see is my shoulders.
Wait, are you covered at the top? Is that covered?
This is amazing.
She want to make sure she covered at the top. Is that covered? What are we doing? Does cover mean something new? Do we need to look that? Do we need to look that word up too? Shout out to Project. Shout out to you, Boo. He said, wasn't this fool complimenting Cam's legs? Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He's an interesting man. I'm gonna leave it at that. He's definitely an interesting man, child.
Because I had on gloves, this was sheer, and then of course everything else before. So there honestly was nothing in my spirit, and I'm very mindful about what I put on. There was nothing in me that checked me, that alarmed me, that alerted me, that made me feel like anything was wrong. The dress I felt was very appropriate for the occasion. We were not at a church event, we were at a black tie gala, for which we've gone to every year. We've been a partner with UNCF in Atlanta, and so we were excited to dress up and to go. So there was nothing in me that made me say, I've been reading things where people have said, oh, you know, she knew it would get this reaction. My ego is not that big. I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband. I am a wife. Yeah. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. I have a doctorate. I'm a professor. There are plenty of things that I do.
She's not a mother? Shout out to RBN in the building. Thank you, Boo. He said, didn't he say he bought the dress, implying he picked it out? Now she's saying she picked it out. So he lied. Allegedly.
And the challenge is we often want to see a woman be one-dimensional. I am multi-dimensional. I carry multiple titles. Now, what you choose to call me on whatever day is fine for whatever that might be. But I think that there is this idea that a woman can only be one thing. And once I happen to marry...
let's bring out the MSG, y'all. Shout out to the MSGs.
...marry a pastor. I happen to fall in love with a man who is a pastor, right? And so with that came the title of First Lady. But there is no book for that. There is no manual for what that looks like. And I have decided that the title does not define me. I I define what the title is. It may not look like what people are accustomed to seeing it look like, and that's okay. It's okay that many people were not fond of the dress. I'm not upset that people don't like it. We all like different things. The challenge for me is, as believers, when we see someone have on something or do something that we are not fond of, how do we navigate that space when God is watching? So do we crucify them? Do we publicly humiliate them? Do they become prostitutes and all of these other things? Right.
And I think that's so to that point,
Your husband responded in the pulpit, ma'am. Please. Your husband used the pulpit to talk to this. So you can't just turn around now and say it's not right, it's not fair how other people did it. He could have just let that issue go. He could have let it go, especially if it don't matter. Clearly it mattered, or else he wouldn't have addressed it. No pun intended.
Responded on the pulpit because it has turned into this viral media thing. Like, from the mainstream media, like People Magazine, to people on TikTok, they were saying things all the way down, and you responded. Let me play it.
Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund, but insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded people got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. The dress was not see-through.
Child, look who's cheering it on, though.
On TikTok.
Let's slow it down. Look at who's cheering this on. Let's slow it down. All right.
They were saying things.
Say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund, but insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded. People got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness. Based off of a dress. The dress was not see-through. The dress was flesh color. I need to set the record straight. I bought the dress. And I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't mad to y'all. She mad to me.
You were clearly upset.
Yes.
You took it to the church. You took it.
I thought he didn't care. He admitted it.
If you played for the Knicks, you took it to Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
Why did you go to the pulpit?
Because it became in public space. The theologian said that you ought to have a Bible in one hand and a newspaper in another. And so I thought it was prudent for me to address it. But what people are missing is that was 2 minutes of a 40-minute sermon, and that it was not the full crux of what the message was, but talked about the disparity and the sanctified misogyny that happens within the church.
The sanctified misogyny. Is that new? I've never heard that before.
Setting up a standard of holiness just on how women dress, but no standard about how men ought to dress. And I put in...
What? How do men dress, y'all? How do y'all dress, Bueller? How do y'all dress when you go to church, child? Y'all got weenie benders on? Like, what are y'all doing? Shout out to Trap, a member for 25 months. Thank you so much, Boo. I appreciate you. He said Jamal Bryant doing his tonight's conversation thing on the pulpit, basically. He is always either caping for the Democrat Party or contradicting the Bible. Amen. Absolutely. Especially with what his role is and how he's acting. And it's like, but they going along with it. That's why I want to make sure that we point out who the hell is over there signifying women. Big Joker. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you. He said, my mother worked for a housekeeping contractor at that church in the early 2000s. The story she told me about that church, the women called Eddie Long Daddy, and they had gold bathroom fixtures. Well, I guess if they had somebody to call daddy, I guess that's all that matters. Anyway, shout out to y'all. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
That I like it, that this is not a uncovered woman.
No.
It's not an unprotected woman. This is a woman whose husband likes it. So why do you care?
Right.
And so I think that people got to get through their own insecurity.
So, people have to get through their own insecurity. So you want to be in front of the cameras and be out here on display, and then you want to cry foul. Same shit. He's a Democrat shill. I don't care what nobody says. That's exactly who he is. What does this have to do with politics? What he's been saying previously has to do with politics because he's also a D9er. And that will come into play in a moment.
And their own frailty, that what people presume to be out of place and out of order in their own eyes you don't have to always type.
Right.
You can just keep scrolling and keep going and say, I don't like the dress.
More with Pastor Jamal and Carrie Bryant.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so remember I said that Wooden spoke about this. Well, remember when he said, he specifically said, he said a lot, but he also said,
this is amazing.
If you act like you're a $2 whore, right? Because that's what I titled the video, but he didn't say that. He specifically said, I'm not calling her a $2 whore. He said his problem is with him, not with her. Okay. So then people came to Wooden and said that you were wrong. So they supporting Jamal Bryant and with everything that he has ever done. A lot of y'all might not know, but with everything that he has ever done, right? They're saying that he's right and Wooden is wrong. And I'll follow Wooden for sure, for sure. I would never follow Jamal Bryant, sitting up here telling people to sell stock, sitting up here telling people to boycott everything with no other options. He sounds crazy. But he in line, D9, and those D9ers all, for the most part, support Democrats. So that's what we are dealing with, which we already know, Black people. And if you never say anything positive or you don't, kiss the ass of Joe Biden and all the rest of the Democrats, then that means that you are the problem. And then they ostracize you. Then they ostracize you like you're doing something wrong, because just like what's going on out here right now, you can't have a different opinion from a liberal, even out here, or a Democrat, or something wrong with you, and they take the violence route. So they're threatening Wooden now. So we're going to listen to him. I'm going to speed it up. And this was him from this past Thursday, responding back to the people that told him that he needed to apologize. They're trying to make him apologize. For what? My fave says, Siri, play Just Like Daddy by Tupac and Machiavelli. Goodbye, sir. Thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you.
And go on in the name of the Lord, because I'm telling you, I am convinced. I'm convinced that holiness is right and the biblical standard is right. And it is my sincere prayer that those of you who follow this ministry and those of you who follow anyone's ministry on social media, be careful to not judge a sermon or a text or anything by a short or reel or 30-second clip. With me, every sermon is an hour and a half. So that context is everything. And it's amazing the number of people who don't wait for context. I had good people to give me a call and said to me that I needed to apologize for calling someone a name that I did not call them. And I asked them, have you heard what I said? And just about every one of them said, well, no.
How the hell you going to come and tell him he got to apologize? You don't even know what the hell it is that he said.
And I said, well, you might want to hear what I said. You might want to, if you listen to that may change something, because you can't just take someone else's word for it. And some of this is just pent up frustration anyway, you know. Pent up frustration. All the Greeks are mad at me. Homosexuals stay mad.
Oh, all the Greeks are mad. All the Greeks are mad. Shout out to Night Jade. She said, what happened to winning starts in the mind? Wearing a dress that fakes nudity is still dang nudity. What in the actual literal hell is going on? Because Jamal will absolve anything as long as it benefits him, in my opinion. He ain't no different than the rest of the shills that I can't stand, that just out here to have Black people follow him and do what the hell it is that they want to have done, regardless of whether it's a benefit to them, and they blindly follow without questioning anything. How the hell are you going to turn around here and threaten this man?
Someone else's word for it. And some of this is just pent up frustration anyway, you know. Pent up frustration. All the Greeks are mad at me. The homosexuals stay mad. And they finally got a chance. We got something now. Living in the last days. That's all I say to that. And we're going on in the name of the Lord, and we're undeterred, to stand on God's word and to stand on God's truth. And there's a little more that I'll say Sunday, but I'm grateful. I've been contacted by so many people who have said, man of God, whatever you do, don't take down. God bless you richly for teaching the word. Put three exclamation points. Don't back up or apologize, even if there are some making a mockery of the pulpit. Thank you so much. I don't intend to. And someone says, I may not be in North Carolina or physically a part of this church but I have been watching for 3 years now out here in the great state of Arizona. And so he is my bishop, and I stand with him. And there have just been so many words of encouragement pouring in. I thank God for the words of encouragement. One thing we have learned in this, Greeks look out for Greeks.
Uh-oh.
But the Greeks seem to be, in many cases, more faithful to the Greeks than the blood wash and the blood bought are to the blood bought. And the consecrated ones are to the consecrated ones. Consecrated bishops giving lights to heresy. If words have meanings, some of these people are heretics. It is heretical to say that Christ lived 80% of his life out of the will of God. That's heresy. That's not just wrong, that's heresy. Because
he's referring to when Jamal Bryant said that, I think along the lines of God didn't do the right thing, along those lines, 80% of the time when he was preaching a long time ago.
That's true. None of us are saved. Jesus is the matchless Lamb of God. And yet many of you side with heresies. But the Lord will deal with you with regard to that. But I thank God for blood-washed believers of every stripe who have contacted your bishop in upper room and reached out to us to say to us, you are not alone. Stand on the word of the Lord. And I will say this, some of you, your silence now, especially those who are in the Church of God of Christ and you teach women. And you know, most of the time, ladies, when you gather, you know, most of the time what you talk about is censorship. You talk about clothes. All of a sudden, you ain't got nothing to say.
All of a sudden, you ain't got nothing to say.
Don't get maneuvered to where you can't teach. See, all of a sudden, you're mute. We don't hear from you. When we have a genuine teachable moment, because there is such a thing as decency and order and what is appropriate for people who are in positions of note. And there is, say what you will or may. Someone said that, you know, Bishop Wooden has problems with black women. And I guess they forgot that I'm the only bishop who stood up for the church girls. Hallelujah. A whole lot of whispered in my ear and said, I agree with you. But I'm talking about online, you put your face out there, your reputation, and you get warned to, you better look out for this group or that group. They may be coming after you. I stood for the women. With this particular situation that's going on, I've been married one time to one woman. Amen.
Great.
She's given birth to all my children.
Great.
Think about
if you know Jamal Bryant, you know what he's saying. You know what he's saying. What he's striking back at Jamal.
Ladies, do I have a problem with you all? Do I have a problem with women? Oh no. I thank God for you. And I love you with the love of the Lord. Acts chapter number 20. I had to say that. Amen.
All right. So that's what he had to say without having to say anything. Shout out to Woody. Jamal is an interesting person. I'll just say that. And for people that want to absolve him of everything that he does, that's fine too. Like I said, everybody make their decisions, right? You want to follow that man and think that he wants the best for you, just like you following all the rest of them. And if they continue to elevate and get more money and you staying in the same place, something just ain't right. So like the people that follow Lamar Whitehead and listen to him and gave all your money to him, he went to jail the first time, came back out, said the same thing. He living in luxury. He got you in a garage with church, with a fake, allegedly, a fake robbery on camera. Y'all still want to believe him and believe in what he says and give him your money? Have at it. But remember, when the accountability comes, just like I say with everything else, that was a you decision, even though the information was all right in your face. Where that man living over in Jersey in a mansion and you still living in, where was they at? Brooklyn or the Bronx, child? One of them. And he rolling up in Rolls Royces and Louis Vuitton and all that stuff. And you still shopping at Walmart, but you giving him your money. Child, make it make sense. Not my problem. Anyway, moving on, child. Moving on. I got only like a couple more things. I might make 1 o'clock today, y'all. A North Texas reality show couple was convicted in a $25 million pyramid scheme. How does that happen, y'all? Shout out to Texas. Shout out to Reaper.
A reality show couple from North Texas has been convicted in connection with a multi-million-dollar pyramid scheme. Marlon and LaShonda Moore are accused of defrauding more than 10,000 people during the pandemic. to the tune of $25 million.
This is a story that our Meredith Yeomans first brought you back in 2021. Tonight, she has the update.
Marlon and LaShonda Moore appeared in a Collin County courtroom 4 years ago
I think the truth will come to light.
to face civil charges filed by the Texas Attorney General's office.
No comment at this time.
The case ended with a $10 million judgment against them. Now the couple, accused of running a pyramid scheme out of their Prosper home, has been criminally convicted in federal court.
And we were just played. We were played.
Meemaw. Do y'all know that? Anybody know these people? Anybody know these people? Who's Lashinda? I can add it, but who is Lashinda? Did I miss a name? I don't like missing names. Let me find it. Let me add it. Y'all crazy. Is Meemaw's name Lashinda? Child. All right. Lashinda. Lord help your people. Who know these reality people? Anybody? Bueller?
Is filed by the Texas Attorney General's office.
No comment at this time.
The case ended with a $10 million judgment against them. Now the couple, accused of running a pyramid scheme out of their Prosper home, has been criminally convicted in federal court.
And we were just played. We were played with our feelings. We were promised the money. We didn't get it.
Rosetta Fleming says she and her husband invested more than $6,000 with the Moores, were guaranteed returns on their investment, and promised refunds if they weren't satisfied.
We didn't.
A guarantee on an investment. Oh, LaShonda. Oh, hold on. A guarantee on your investment. I want to know where that's at. And who believes that? Anybody, Bueller? Anybody? So they say, give me $6,000 and I guarantee you're going to get some money back.
Were guaranteed returns on their investment and promised refunds if they weren't satisfied.
We didn't look at
who gets refunds on investments. I just saw Netflix pop up here talking about their stock is down. So I'm like, oh my God, because I have Netflix. After the Warner Brothers deal announcement. So I got to go see what's going on when I'm done here with that. But who get guaranteed money from investing? Anybody? Bueller? Let me know, child, because I need to know. Well, it's probably a scam, honestly.
At it as like it was a gamble. We look at it like it was something out there that could help us, pay the bills, feed our children.
Through the program called BENT, or Blessings in No Time, she says members were organized on playing boards and were told they'd be blessed.
Child, is this Monopoly? Names were put on a game board, y'all. Oh my God.
It's a gamble. We look at it like it was something out there that could help us, pay the bills, feed our children.
Through the program called BENT, or Blessings in No Time, she says members were organized on playing boards and were told they'd be blessed or paid for recruiting new members at each level. But Fleming says she never received a dime or the refund.
Hold on. What was that scam back in the 80s, y'all? I forget what it was, where if you bought into it and then you get other people to buy into it, which was a pyramid thing. What was that called? Shout out to Generation X. I know it was something. It's just coming to my head right now, but I forget what it was called. Well, the first sign is the fact that there's guaranteed money back, or your money is guaranteed back, that's a thing. Enron for sure, but I was thinking Amway. Pretty sure it was Amway. It's like everybody was doing Amway. Everybody get in on Amway. And it was a freaking scheme. Wow. Lord help your people.
She says members were organized on playing boards and were told they'd be blessed or paid for recruiting new members at each level. But Fleming says she never received a dime or the refund they requested.
They were African Americans as well, and they were taking advantage of us.
Oh, no. She said they were African Americans as well. So you know what I think that means? Allegedly. It means you black, I'm black, we black, and we all good in the hood. And that's all that matters, which I already know. We already know that be the problem most of the time, especially when it comes to politics. Shout out to Tiffany Henyard. She still ain't been prosecuted, indicted, or nothing. And honestly, probably won't be. So that is a reason. I don't know how many. All right. Anyway, Ms. AB, I appreciate you, hun. She said someone I know's wife just joined a D9 org, and I am totally looking at her sideways. Her oldest daughter is heading to college in September. It's like, are you trying to compete with your? Oh no, that's a thing. Competing with your children is definitely a thing. I certainly hope not. So if the daughter's going to college, she's at least 40 some odd years old, if not older, now joining a sorority. Child, Lord, help your people. Identity politics, y'all.
Or the refund they requested.
They were African Americans as well, and they were taking advantage of us.
In a federal indictment, the Department of Justice says the Moores targeted the African American community during the COVID-19 pandemic with false and misleading statements and promises regarding high returns to unlawfully enrich themselves, then tried to conceal their.
Is this racist? Is this racist? Oh no, I can't take
you're
it.
being a racist! Racist!
Take it. Good morning, Kofa. Shout out to all of y'all. Good morning, Dallas. I appreciate y'all. This is crazy. Jay Morrison, who just said that? Jay Morrison. Jay Morrison. Wow. I just be flabbergasted, y'all.
This is amazing.
But when I say we need some financial literacy and need financial literacy help and who to go to and where to get it from, he's racist. That's racist. And don't get what you need and then get into these scams. You didn't even need to have a financial literacy person to see that Lamar Whitehead was rich as F and you were not. And you giving a rich man coming up in Louis Vuitton designer cars and shit. You want to give him more money while you can't even afford the L in Louis. I'm like, what the hell? RB, and thank you, boo. He said, I bet some man in her family told her old butt not to do it. And she said, you not don't tell me. Her husband was in on it. It was her and her husband. They were both in on it. So he knew. They wanted the kids to do better or something, she said.
And they were taking advantage of us.
In a federal indictment, the Department of Justice says the Moores targeted the African American community during the COVID-19 pandemic with false and misleading statements and promises regarding high returns to unlawfully enrich themselves, then tried to conceal their scheme.
Because they specifically stated no other race, no other group of people, no social media.
That's discrimination. That's discrimination.
High returns to unlawfully enrich themselves, then tried to conceal their scheme.
Because they specifically stated no other race, no other group of people, no social media.
After a 4-day trial in Sherman, a federal jury found the Moores guilty Friday of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and money laundering. The couple, who once appeared on a reality show, Family or Fiancé, now faces decades in prison.
Family or Fiancé? Y'all heard of that? Sounds like a wonderful show. Family or Fiancé? Never heard of it.
The couple, who once appeared on a reality show, Family or Fiancé, now faces decades in prison when they're sentenced later this year.
That it sent a message out to people that this is not tolerated.
Meredith Yeomans, NBC5.
The Moores are being held in a Fannin County jail. An attorney for Marlon Moore says he presented evidence that the couple tried to fix the program once it took on a life of its own. But a jury disagreed. An attorney for LaShonda Moore did not respond.
Oh, well, he tried to fix it. He tried to fix it once he found out it took on a life of its own. What kind of freaking thing is that to say? I can't take it. I can't take it, y'all. I've had enough. I've already had enough. I can't. I'm going to show you this and then we are done. Speaking of D9, it looks like somebody has appropriated the D9ers.
This is amazing.
The D9ers stroll. Shout out to Trap. Thank you, boo. He said, colored people love to be scammed. The great RBN. Child, say it again. And won't do anything. I just get tired of hearing the same stuff over and over and over again. But somebody else decided that they're going to stroll. Shout out to the D9ers. Oh, girl. Yeah, you see the Shane Towel back there? Shane Towel doing the damn thing, yeah. my God. I am done. I'm through with y'all. I gotta go because of course I'm hungry. Anyway, I 12 o'clock, well before the football starts. Shout out to all of y'all. I see you. I appreciate you. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Shout out to everybody that donated today. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers. Please make sure you hit the like, the dislike, whatever it is that you need to do. Watch the video from earlier today, the one with Jasmine Crop. Oh, no. That's from yesterday. The liberals wanting to be taken care of by the government. All right. Shout out to y'all. I will be back tomorrow in the daytime. All right. So I got time. Hopefully you will be back. We'll see what's going on. I appreciate y'all. I see you all in the next one.